What's up, guys? This game has been sitting on my Steam backlog for at least 6 months now. I think I bought it on sale. Never touched it. So I thought, why not remedy that? Because I wasn't playing anything recently, not playing anything new recently, rather. So why not play this? This is a totally blind run, and let's see what happens. Oh yeah, forgot to talk about this game. Apparently, from the description, it's a open world-ish, I guess, mercenary management and strategy game. I guess something like Battle Brothers, if you're familiar with that game. The Iron Man. Oh, what are aging penalties? Oh, I guess there will be a time lapse on this one. People get older, and the stats will decline, I assume. Okay, company name. Yeah, I suck at these thinking of names thing. Yes, I'm experienced with tactical RPGs. Been playing these. I've been playing these types of games since the original Final Fantasy Tactics. What are dungeon modifiers? Okay, let's go with this difficulty setting. In an era all but forgotten, the gods once lived alongside humanity in the heart of Calum. However, an unknown cataclysmic event plunged the world into a dark age. History was lost to time, and so too were the gods. In their absence, a rebuilding humanity was left to contend with the emergence of a great being of darkness from the void. Every few decades, in an event called the Scourge, the dragon's arrival would bring death and disease to the land. Those afflicted by the dragon's blight would lose their minds and bodies as they slowly became abominations of flesh and outcasts to society known as the Blighted. That sounds mighty familiar, that kind of background. Moving on, despite centuries of effort from the Vanguard Order and the realm's greatest heroes, no lasting victory against the dragon could be achieved. Humanity has now come to accept the inevitability of the Scourge as part of life, enduring, or in some cases, thriving despite it. With whispers of an impending Scourge circulating, you and your company find yourselves in a burial crypt not far from the city of Andilon. A simple retrieval of smuggled supplies, or at least that's what your employer had promised. Yurik says, "Damn the grave robbers, stay sharp. No doubt his companions will have heard that." Everyone stands still, tensions rising as they grip their weapons tight and scan the room for further hostiles. You hear a muffled shout from someone in an adjacent corridor, likely directed toward their now deceased associate. The sound of quickening footsteps soon follows, and three figures burst through a doorway at the far side of the room. Harold, shit! Should I go and alert the others? Yurik shakes his head, eyes fixed on the enemy. No time for that. We've no choice but to fight. Okay. Okay, the usual tactical stuff and controls. Okay. Mm-hmm. And okay, so we fell and had a lot of damage. Took a lot of damage. Okay, zone of control. Okay, basic attacks. Okay, line of sight. Okay, sprint, so I can't use an attack. Ooh, got gibbed. Okay, so attack. Okay, that's morale. Okay, keep morale as high as possible. Okay, so flank. Oh, okay. It's a ranged attack. Human head. Loot all, I guess. Okay. Moving on. Ah, okay, this is a dungeon. Party is here, I guess. Okay, scouting. So that's a chest, looks like. Take the loot. Bandage and tools. Ah, she has a heal. Do I scout this or no? Is there a time limit? Cave in. Okay, it's blocked off. Ah, blocked off as well. Use the tools. And I guess this is a encounter. Let's have everyone start close to each other. Let's do the knockback thing. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Let's finish him off. Ah, miss. Okay. Wow, they're really trying to take him out. Guess I should heal him. Ah. Hmm. Okay. Took a bit of damage, but not too bad. Okay, so we found the contraband. Out that. There's a chest. Antidote. Okay, and some money. And what is this? A boss fight? I guess. I think it's better to take care of these guys first. Buff myself. Ah, damn it. Against that, so there. Or maybe I'll just give him a buff. Oh, nice. How about heal? So he's almost dead. Okay. Okay. He's down. Again. Okay. Buckler, a scroll, and some scrap. Okay, the other party got into a fight, I guess. Okay, time to get out of here. Guess that was the tutorial part. And the other guy, I guess tempting fate by retiring. Now you all know I'm not one for lengthy speeches, but I'd just like to say that it's been an honor to fight alongside each of you over the years. I dare say that I even consider some of you among my friends. It hasn't been an easy road, but I've been a fortunate man. Not everyone gets out of the mercenary life on their own terms. I hope you all one day get the same chance. He raises his cup in a toast to you, my friends. There has never been a finer company. Hear, hear. It's time then. Aye. He leans down and pats the side of his horse. Got my saddle loaded up. Figured I'd sneak out without making a big fuss. He rises from his seat and dismounts, turning to face you with one hand extended. Just wanted to say thanks, boss, for everything. He returned the gesture with a smile, gripping his hand and giving it a firm shake. Any chance I can convince you to stay? He steps back and chuckles. If you'd have asked last week, maybe, but this last job cleared any doubts I had. I've survived this long. Reckon I'd be a fool to press my luck any further. Fair enough, friend. We'll always have a place for you if you change your mind. You hear a shout and turn to see Yurik stepping toward you, his young nephew in tow. Sorry to interrupt. He tilts his head, gesturing behind him, but Gedrick here wanted to see you off. Is that so? Vaughn smiled, stepping towards the boy. I know we haven't completed your training, but your uncle's more than capable of finishing the job. Gedrick, I know that. He looks up with admiration. I'm going to miss you, though. Aye, Vaughn grins, reaching out to tussle the boy's hair, and I you. I have half a mind to send him with you. Less danger on farm, and gods know your old bones could use the help. There's a few good years in me yet, but you're both welcome to visit any time. He exhales deeply, stealing a glance toward the road. I'd best get going then. Take care of yourselves, would you? He nods farewell, turning toward his horse and hoisting himself into the saddle. Clicking his heels, the horse trots off, and you watch him disappear into the dark of night, illuminated only by the moonlight above. You and Yurik glance back at the sound of approaching footsteps to find Torin wedging himself between the two of you, his breath reeking of ale. Company won't be the same without him, I'm afraid. Indeed, it won't. As Yurik and Torin take their leave, you look around the camp, surveying the aftermath of the festivities. Aside from a few inebriated men and women who remain slumped by the fires, it seems most have turned in for the night. With days of travel yet ahead, you think it wise to follow suit. And that is the prologue. And apparently, something's happening. You bolt upright from your sleep, awakened by the blares of a horn from somewhere in your camp. The sounds of a frenzied battle are all around you, and you scramble out of your bedroll, taking up a nearby sword. Alaric bursts into your tent, an orange glow briefly visible behind him as the flap is flung aside. Sir, we're under attack. Winded, he takes in a few deep breaths. There was no warning. The carriages, raises his hands, trembling with frustration. Everything's been taken. Everything's being taken. We need to regroup with the others. Have you seen Yurik? Alaric wipes the sweat from his brow, shaking his head. Couldn't find him. With Gedrick, I hope. You meet Alaric's eyes and nod in agreement. With a firm grip on your sword, you step past him and reach for the tent's flap. Let's move. Stay close. You emerge from your tent, head on a swivel as you survey the situation. The camp is almost entirely ablaze, the heat and smoke stinging your eyes and obscuring your vision. You make your way ahead, your feet suddenly catching on something as you fall forward and scramble to stay upright. Recovering, you steal a glance backward at the obstruction. One of your companions, dead. An arrow flies by you, narrowly missing, but finding a target nonetheless. Alaric screams out in pain behind you, legs collapsing under him as he falls hard to the ground. You turn back, reaching out a hand to pull him up, but he waves you off. Leave me, I'll be no use in a fight. You follow his gaze down to his leg, a blood-covered arrow stuck through it. Go! You turn and continue onward, staying low to the ground as you move, eyes scanning for any friendly faces through the smoke. Not 50 yards ahead, you spot 4 of your companions through the haze, huddled together with weapons, drawn against an overwhelming number of assailants. Sucking air into your burning lungs, you urge your legs forward in a desperate attempt to reach them. A figure suddenly appears from the corner of your eye, and with a flash of pain, the world goes dark. Surrounded, Harold's head whips around, searching frantically for any possible escape as the raiders edge closer. Beyond the ring of enemies, Torin and a few other familiar faces emerge from the darkness with bloodied weapons drawn, though they don't seem inclined to make any urgent use of them. Harold, what are you waiting for? Torin, help us! The raiders eye Torin as he confidently steps among them, each seemingly unconcerned by his presence, perhaps even emboldened by it. Sorry, friends, a twisted smirk forms at the corner of his mouth as he slides an arrow from his quiver. We'll make this quick. Eri! Harold glares at Torin with wild fury in their eyes, trembling as they level their weapon toward him. You damned traitors, have you no honor? Torin scoffs. Honor achieves little in this world. Glancing sideways at his accomplices, he raises a hand, signaling them to attack. I trust you lot can handle the rest. Spare no one. Okay. Battle to the death, I guess. Hey. Oh shit, forgot about attacks of opportunity. What is that 60? Got him. Okay, got them all. Good job. Okay, level up. Opening your eyes, you find yourself sprawled on the ground with a mouthful of dirt and a throbbing ache in your head. Despite the ringing in your ears, you can hear a muffled voice calling out. A hand grips your shoulder and you jerk at the touch, clawing at the ground and scrambling onto your back. You exhale with relief. It's Yurik, easy now. You exhale with relief at the sight of Yurik leaning over you, the early morning light shining upon his blood-spattered face and garments. He straightens up and you grab hold of his extended arm, gripping tight as he pulls you upright. Regaining your senses, you look out at the smoking remains of your camp. Anything not taken by the raiders has been taken by the fires. Not much left is there. The bastards took everything. He closes his eyes, lowering his head and sighing deeply. It was Torin, sir. He betrayed us. Torin? Are you sure? Yurik nods. Wasn't alone either. Daemon, Enos, Naira. His fingers clench into trembling fists. All fucking traitors. Through the anger, you notice a sadness in his eyes, and realize suddenly that his nephew isn't present. Where's Gedrick? Yurik glances down, slowly shaking his head. Don't know for certain, but I fear he's dead, he sighs. I was with him when the attack started, but we ran into trouble. Told the boy to run, but... Pauses, staring blankly into the distance. Don't remember much else, I'm afraid. Woke up to Alaric dragging me out from under a pile of bodies. Alaric's alive? Are there any others? He's alive. Managed to find a place to hide and patch himself up. I told him to stay off his feet. He snorts, waving a hand over the general area behind him. But he's out there limping around, trying to salvage what he can. Thankfully, there's a few others too. Seems they managed to kill a whole group of the bastards. His brief smirk fades into a grim expression. I'm afraid that's all, though. You turn to see Alaric emerging from a half-burnt tent, limping your way and being helped along by the other survivors of your company. A relieved smile forms on all their faces at the sight of you. Gods, we're glad to see you, sir. He glances at Yurik. Have you shared the news? I did. Alaric fumbles inside his coat, pulling out a few slightly scorched papers. I found some correspondence in one of their tents. They had been planning this for months, it seems. Altrude mutters under their breath. Traitorous bastards. Any idea who they were working with? I'm afraid not. Certainly more than just a ragtag group of thieves. They were too well armed and too well organized. Yurik scoffs with disgust, leaning over to spit on the ground. A group of cowards, I say. Easy to achieve victory when half our troops passed out drunk. No doubt Torin and them were counting on that fact. Spineless pricks. Never did like Torin none, always felt uneasy around him. Alaric furls his brow, thought creeping into his mind. I can hardly stomach the notion, but could Van have been involved? Yurik waves a dismissive hand. Not a chance. I know he and Torin got on well enough, but the man's as loyal as they come. I'm just glad he wasn't here for this. We've lost too much already. Regardless of who's involved, there's little we can do about it, at least for now. So what's our plan, boss? You know I'll follow you anywhere, but I promised my sister I'd look after Gedrick. If he's somehow alive, I need to find him. And if he's not, well... He pounds a fist into his other hand. Us putting those traitors in the ground will have to suffice. Alaric places a calming hand on Yurik. The boss is right. We've little choice in the matter. I understand you want vengeance, so do I. But we haven't the manpower or the means to seek it right now, and doing so would only get us killed. If we're going to do this, we'll need to first restore our numbers, then I promise we'll hunt those traitors down. You look around at your companions, renewed purpose in each of their eyes as they all nod in agreement. Right then, let's salvage what we can here, but we'd best travel light. It's a long walk to Andilon. Well, that was quite a dramatic start to the campaign. But hey, you gotta start low before you get to the top. Anyway, that's it for this prologue part. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.